Peace. So let's tap into part two of this reading. So just to give a small recap, okay, we have someone in the energy here. Someone may be experiencing some chaotic energy that may be blocking or preventing them from accessing some sort of manifestation. This is giving a 4D war. All right. So it's basically like your manifestation is literally right around the corner. Like you're breaking through this barrier, okay, that either a mother figure or a wife has placed on you or around you, okay? And this chaotic energy is simply a manifestation of unconscious feelings and emotions that this person may have been hiding from you, okay? So this is a lower dense energy. So either this wife, this mother figure, okay, so mother figure is anyone who assumes a role as some sort of mother, okay? You don't have to have or bear children, but you just assume the role of a mother, or people look to you as a mother figure, okay? But overall, this is a feminine energy who may feel some sort of hate towards you, resentment, jealousy, selfishness, paranoia, but whoever this person is, they have characterized you as their enemy in their minds, okay? And they have programmed this belief within their mental systems, okay, within their mental faculties, and they have in some way, shape, or form taken something so small, and they have it. They have taken something so small, and it has become much bigger than what it needed to be. Why? Because someone never addressed a generational energy or a generational conflict, okay? Or someone just didn't address how they truly felt about a situation. They had hidden feelings towards this person, all right? And they never addressed it. They never said anything. They never spoke about it. They were never honest, okay? They were never... Honestly, it's giving that this person may have not even been aware that they were feeling this or experiencing this, but it can no longer be hidden, okay? So this person's true feelings is now being exposed for the world to see. It's being placed in the spotlight, all right? And that is, and because of that, it, like I said, this is someone who has psychologically programmed themselves to believe that you are an enemy that they must get out of their way. Mind you, this whoever this person is that has characterized you as their enemy, again, this person has just they are experiencing some sort of neglect. They may have felt like they weren't getting enough attention or recognition, but you were in some way, shape, or form. And they have created this chaos energy around you, this conflict around you, just to basically meet their narrative, meet the narrative that they have painted of you in their own minds, okay? And I'm also saying something about external parties. So, these people have also invited external parties into the situation that has also created even more chaos and conflict and drama, because that's what Leo is about. In its lower aspects is about drama. And then we have 8 energy, which is Scorpio. So that's Mars, Pluto energy. That's conflicts, aggression, war. All right. But also being resurrected from that, rebooting from that, restoring your energy from that, because I was also getting in part 1 that someone is resurrecting from that. Someone is coming back, making a comeback from that energy, because at some point, when you are surrounded by chaos, or when you're constantly being attacked by someone, whether energetically, spiritually, physically, okay, emotionally, whatever, it's all energy personified. So someone has a lot of chaotic energy, suppressed energy that may have nothing to do with you at all whatsoever. You just trigger something within them. Okay, but whatever it is, it has been lying dormant for so long that now they cannot hide it anymore. Okay, it's coming out, it's being placed in the spotlight for this person to address. Okay. All right, let's see what the ancestors have to say. Let's see what the wise elders have to say about the situation. All right. So I'm going to put this here. Boom. And then I'm going to put this here. All right. So the first card that came out is Trust Your Destiny. All right. So this is giving that you have a soulmate that is coming towards you. Let's put that right there. You have a soulmate that's coming towards you. This doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic soulmate. Okay, this could be platonic, familial, romantic, or professional. But you have a romantic. Okay, you have a romantic. You have a soulmate who is in your energy, who is considering you in light, okay, that is going to assist you with whatever or what all this is. Okay, so if you're having some sort of conflict that is brewing from someone who refuses to address their wounds, okay, you have someone that is coming in to assist you with that. But also, I'm hearing that someone is going to be taken out. So this is either someone's going to be taken out of this actual world, or someone's going to be taken out of your energy because whatever or what all they have going on has nothing to do with you, has absolutely nothing to do with you. Even if they painted you to be their enemy or painted you to be an issue or a problem, it's given that this has been happening for so long here, where someone has constantly pointed the finger at you and blamed you for things that was never your fault, that was never part of who you were. You know, again, this is just giving someone wanted attention so bad, someone wanted to be recognized so bad, I'm also saying someone wanted to be in your shoes, someone wanted to be you, but they don't understand or they didn't see how much work it took to actually get there. You know, you see what I'm saying? So this is a case where someone may have been mirroring your energy or trying to prevent or block you from accessing a certain level in your life because they have unaddressed or unconscious emotions and feelings that they refuse to seek help for, or that they refuse to see within themselves. It's giving heavy denial energy, like that denial and suppressed energy, shame, guilt, okay, resentment, that's all shadow aspects of Scorpio, because like I said, we have the moon in Leo with the eighth house. That's Scorpio energy, but those are characteristics and personalities of someone who is operating from the shadow aspects of Scorpio. Okay, now this doesn't necessarily have to be one person. This can be multiple people, because I'm picking up on a whole different scenarios. Like I can see so many different scenarios playing out, but I'm blocking out because I don't want to process that. It's not mine to process, but also I don't want to take up the time to put all of that out. If it resonates, it resonates. Take it however it resonates for you. Put the shoe where it fits. All right. So we have something about changing your lifestyle. So we not only do we have trust your destiny, you receiving help or assistance from a soulmate, we have something about you are changing your lifestyle. So you may be the type of person who has addressed your wounds, or in some way, shape, form, or capacity, you have changed your lifestyle to meet your inner heart's desires, which and it might just be peace, especially if you are used to being around chaos, or you are the type of person who people always try to project on. Okay, so we have someone changing their lifestyle here, nurturing their body, taking time out to pour love into their body. So whether that is like changing your diet, changing what you're feeding yourself. So this could be, you may be the type of person that listens to certain music, watch certain things on TV, YouTube, social media, but you're very self-aware. And now, because you are self-aware, you kind of clock whatever it is that you're feeding yourself, or you're just intentional with how you transform that energy, or transmute that energy and project it into the world. Okay, you are someone who is meant to lead as well. So this may be an opportunity. You may be having an opportunity to become some sort of leader, okay, that is trying to manifest from the 4D and come down into the 3D. Because like I said, the bigger the manifestation, the more pressure you have to go through or grow through, okay? The bigger the manifestation, the more pressure you will endure. Why? Because as things come down from the physical, from the spiritual, it's very light. You can ask for it and it shall appear. But once it transitioned down or come down, it gets harder and harder for it to crystallize, for it to form, for it to take physical shape. All right? Why? Because we're in the most dense reality. We're in the 3D, okay? So it's very dense. It's basically energy crystallizing itself, water shaping itself, forming itself, right? It's basically what it is. So it's giving that you have some sort of leadership opportunity that a mother figure or a wife may be trying to prevent you from accessing. Okay? Because like I said, this is giving like some 4D war. So it's not necessarily spiritual war. It's not necessarily physical war. This is giving psychological warfare. To be completely honest. So this is someone who feels heavy emotions towards you that is starting to bleed out into the 5D and the 3D. Okay, so this may be revealed in the spirit. So if it's revealing itself in the spirit, then there are entities, energies, all right, more so entities that are picking up on this energy. If you are highly protected, your protectors are picking up on these energies and they're cleaning it up. Now, if there are entities who are gravitating towards this energy, depending on whatever entity or what all entities this is, there are entities that love that type of energy, that feed on that energy. And those type of entities come together, band together to make that energy to make that energy bigger. However, there are entities and energies who are fighting against that because it's like, okay, you putting a damper on what all we got going on, okay? But whatever it is, whatever bled into the 5D, someone has made this so big to where it's like the whole spirit realm is watching this happen, or is participating in some way, shape, or form here, okay? Someone has made an issue so big, or their emotions have grown so big that it cannot be hidden anymore. So it has revealed itself, okay? Because someone was either cloaking or masking this in the 5D, okay? While also traveling through other dimensions to do whatever it is that they do, okay? Now, like I said, the whole world is watching this. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be on like a global scale or a national scale or whatever. However, whatever your world consists of, whatever community that you're in, whatever family you're in, whatever relationships you're tied to, whatever, this has been revealed to an entire world, whatever your world consists of, okay? Small or big, okay? But this has become so big that the world is watching this, right? So that happened because, like I said, the lighter realms, so the 5D, 6D, and up, okay, it's easier to detect these things because it is a more lighter, it's a more lighter frequency. It's not as dense as the 3D, 4D, okay? Now, it had become so big in the spiritual and in the 4D that it started to bleed into the 3D. So not only was this picked up in the spiritual dimensions and up, okay, celestials, because this is this card characterizes celestial beings. So not only had this been picked up by celestials, and the 3D it's also being picked up and exposed to the world, put in the spotlight. Because like I said, Leo, the fifth house, that is about the spotlight, right? So again, it is being highlighted, it's being placed in the spotlight. So again, just like as above, so below in the spirit, what happens in the spirit is happening in the 3D, or will eventually transition into the 3D. So again, you have characters who gravitate to energy like this because they thrive off of chaos. Okay, so you have characters who will band together to make this chaos bigger, but then you also have characters who are like, okay, you're creating way too much noise, because Leo is about Leo personifies being loud. Okay, it's a loud energy. People always say Leos are loud. Okay, so you have other characters that are like, okay, you are too loud, you are making too much of a scene, you're bringing too much attention, okay, to what we have going on. Therefore, we're gonna have to, you gonna have to get out of our way type of energy. And that's kind of what this is giving here. But like I said, this energy, whatever this is, someone has become extremely paranoid. Someone has a lot of resentment built. Why? Because there are some things that this person has not addressed within them. Okay, or around them. Okay, whatever the case may be. Okay, and it has created so much conflict that this is giving like a situation where if it was caught or if it was addressed at one period of time, if you talk through it, so if this is your wife, if this was a conflict or a emotion or a feeling that your wife was experiencing once it first arrived, once she first realized that it was a thing, if it was addressed then, your marriage could have been saved. You and your wife could have made it work. Okay, but whoever this wife is, they allowed those emotions to accrue over time and build over time, and then it got to a point where it was no longer this person couldn't come back from that, because they had already psychologically programmed themselves to believe one thing that they refused to address, and it started to bleed into the relationship. The whoever the husband is, they may have started to feel and experience this energetically at first. Okay, spiritually, like feeling like something was off, their intuition was just feeling like something was off, or things were just not the same. And then after that, okay, it started to bleed into the 3D, because like I said, nothing can be, this is why people say nothing can really be hidden for so long. Okay, the truth cannot be hidden. It eventually reveals itself. Okay, especially if you are the type of person that blows up things or make things a bigger issue. Okay, with whatever it is that you have going on. So this is just one particular scenario. So the whoever this wife is, they could no longer mask how they were feeling, and it started to bleed into the relationship. It started to reveal itself not only to this husband, but whomever was coexisting within these people world. Okay, this couple's world. The family started to notice, the friends started to notice. Okay, and people at work started to notice. Okay, if you are like a content creator, people started to see the disconnect happening on social media. Okay, that's what I mean by being placed in the spotlight. Okay, because people underestimate word of mouth. Word of mouth travels fast, and it travels in clusters. Okay, It travels in clusters. Once you get something out, once you express something to someone, unless this is a person who has emotional intelligence, someone who is a safe space, and someone who doesn't take on other people's responsibilities, energies, and things like that, those are the type of people that do not spread chaotic energy, because that's really what it is. They transmute that energy and they're able to bring peace into a situation. However, if you are a chaotic person, if you thrive off of chaos, okay, someone will take what you say or what you've expressed and they spread it. Okay, that's what gossip is. So even if, let's just say that this wife and husband spoke on a situation, right? The husband may have been the type of person who transmuted energy, like, okay, you're bringing an issue to me. How can we bring peace to this situation? What is the solution? How can we resolve this problem so that we can move forward in a healthier way, in a better way, or that we can, get past this? And the feminine energy, okay, who is naturally the chaotic energy when we look at it on a spiritual level, all right, a chaotic energy, that feminine energy may have gone to other sources, okay, that they assume that they could trust, and spoke on or expressed how they feel. Okay, now this is the type of feminine who will tell the masculine, or this is the type of wife who would tell the husband, oh, nothing's wrong, everything's okay, suppressing the energy, or, oh, I feel this way, but they wouldn't tell the entire truth or wouldn't give the full context of the situation, right? But they will go to their friend, they will go to their family member, they will go to a coworker, they will go to someone else, and they would be on the phone or communicate for hours and hours, but you only gave your husband a 15-minute, 20-minute, 30-minute conversation. However, you're getting on the phone or communicating with someone else and you're giving them hours and hours and hours. And guess what happens? When you are on the phone with someone or you're communicating with someone and you are addressing a particular situation or confronting a particular situation that has nothing to do with the person you have the issue or the problem with, right? You go to other external sources, right? And you are explaining for hours and hours. So that is it started off as a seed, right? That you gave your person, the person you had an issue with, you gave them maybe 5 to 20 minutes. That's a small seed. But the moment you went to your friend, went to your family member, went to your coworker, went to someone else outside of that relationship, okay, and you're sitting there, you're talking to them for an hour and 2 hours, that seed has now grown roots. All right. And guess what happens after that? Okay, let's just say that you went to your homegirl and you talked to your homegirl for 2 hours. Okay, that seed has now grown roots. And guess what's going to happen? If your friend, okay, is in a relationship, she's now going to go to her partner and say, well, guess what X, Y, and Z is doing? Guess what they going through over there? And they talking about it for another 30 minutes to an hour trying to process something that doesn't even have anything to do with them. So what happens to those roots? It grows a sprout. It grows a bud, okay? Now it's starting to pierce through the ground, okay? It's now breached the surface. Something that was lying dormant, that was growing underground has now breached. It has now penetrated the surface and become a sprout, a bud. Now, again, this is still a small bud, so no one's really noticing, okay? So it's just, your homegirl and her man may be talking about y'all's situation, right? But guess what happens after that? Your homeboy, the homegirl of the wife, who has talked to her partner, guess what her partner's gonna do? Go to his homeboy like, hey, bro, guess what happened with X, Y, and Z? And mind you, y'all are all in the same community. Y'all all coexist within the same world. It's all a huge network of individuals. So guess what happens after that? When that homegirl's partner go and talk to his homeboy. Yeah, bro, guess what happened with X, Y, Z? And that may be another 30-minute conversation. So now that sprout and that bud has now grown a stem and have leaves on it. So now it's becoming a little bit more noticeable because it's growing bigger, right? And guess what happened with that homeboy? He got a girl. Hey, bro, guess what? You heard what happened to X, Y, and Z? Bro, let me tell you, baby, let me tell you what happened with X, Y, and Z. So, like I said, One small seed. Okay, and this is just one situation. This goes for everybody. Okay, because this doesn't just happen in romantic relationships. This happens in professional relationships. This happens in familial relationships. This happens in professional relationships, platonic relationships. Okay, when the whole time everybody and now the word has traveled through so many different mouths, and people have added on their own perception or their own feelings. They have incorporated all of those things, okay, their perception, their emotions, what they think and feel, and they have conceptualized that to now that's your story now. And your story is incorporated with everyone else's energy, chaotic energy. So again, a small bubble, a small seed has grown big just by traveling from mouth to mouth to mouth. Not to mention people adding a little dose and sprinkle of their own shit into it. They're projecting their own energy into it. So by the time it got to the third mouth, your story was already twisted. How you felt originally has already been twisted. What actually happened has already been twisted. And by the time it reaches the 10th mouth, your story is no longer even your story. It's the third person story, the fourth person story, the fifth person story, the sixth person story, the seventh, the eighth, the ninth person story. And by the time it gets to the 10th person, the original story no longer exists. The truth no longer exists. Why? Because from every mouth, someone has in some way, shape, or form incorporated their energy within that storyline. That's why you got to be careful with gossip. You have to be careful what other people say about it. And I'm the type of person, I listen to a lot of shit now. I listen to a lot of conversations, okay? I have even been in situations where someone has told me something specifically, and this was like maybe like a trio thing. I'm sitting there, I'm listening to someone express themselves to a friend, to a partner, okay? I have had people sit in my chair and get on the phone with their spouse, with their friend, and have a whole conversation. And the moment they hang up, yeah, because they talking to me like this, or they done talking about this, or they done said this, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm sitting there listening to the whole conversation. You ever listen to someone have a conversation with somebody else and they'll be like, yeah, because I put them in their place, or yeah, because I did this, this, and this. But you was listening to the conversation the whole time. But the thing about it is they don't say exactly what they want to say in that moment to that person. They wait until the conversation has expired. They wait till they get off the phone. They wait to walk out of that person's presence to really express how they feel. When you were standing there the whole time and you were just like, well, damn, you was just on the phone with them. Why you ain't telling them that then? You was just around that person. Why you ain't telling them that then? Where is all of this extra chaotic energy coming from? Where is all of this shit coming from? Because you had the opportunity to get that up off you and you chose not to. But now you want to come to me and express all of these things to me. Now just imagine if I was not around to listen to how that conversation went down. And once I started to realize how many people do that shit, I'm like, okay, and even there has been times where I have done it myself. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm perfect Patty. There has been times where I've done it myself, and then I looked at my own self like, hold on, no, actually, I still got some shit to say. Let me call them back. Come back around here because I ain't finished yet. You know, and we need to normalize that too, because there's oftentimes when you are having a conversation, you can definitely get deterred and distracted by what all somebody else is bringing to the table. And once you sit and process this, you're like, damn, I wanted to say that. Dang, I should have said that. Or dang, that I could have came back a little bit better than that. Or I should have withheld that and used my emotional intelligence to say it or present it in a different way. Therefore, like I said, that things like that happen all the time, and you may think like it's something innocent, but or you're just speaking to someone that you trust, but that shit can turn bigger than what it is, okay? Because what if I was the type of person that listened to this conversation, which when it comes to certain conversations and stuff like that, I'm not gonna say shit. I'm gonna act like it didn't even happen. Why? Because I've gotten to the point where I have realized that that's not my business. That's not my problem to solve. That is something that you are feeling and experiencing with someone else. I'm just here to listen. I'm not here to absorb whatever it is that you're trying to process. So I'm not going to go running back to someone or call my friend like, yeah, I just talked to X, Y, and Z and da 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 da. And even if I do catch myself doing that now, I immediately catch on to it, and I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm gonna go ahead and release that energy, because I don't want an issue to grow. I don't want to attach myself to this in any way, shape, or form either. Because once I invest into this, I have now become a third party to that situation. I have now assumed the role or the character in this play or in this story that's playing out. And once you attach yourself to someone else's storyline, you in some way, shape, or form, it will always trickle back to you. It may not be something big, it may not be something small, but in some way, shape, or form, it's gonna always come back to you, and you're gonna catch hell when that energy starts to circulate. That's why I'm trying to involve myself with a lot of people and conversations as well. I just listen to the shit. If I'm being completely honest, okay? So, again, that's what this situation, to me, that's what I'm getting. Because remember, I was saying that I was picking up on a lot of people. I'm not sure if it was part one or part two, but I was saying that I was picking up on a lot of people in it. Like, I can see a lot, I can see a whole bunch of people just in it. So, this is a particular situation to where something so small, something that could have been addressed and reprimanded when it first accrued or when it first happened, something so small before it even grew roots, okay? Before it even grew roots, someone had an opportunity to dive deep beyond the surface, pick out that seed, and do with it what you will before it grew roots. But someone decided not to, and that seed grew roots. The roots became a bud. The bud became a stem that grew leaves. And then it eventually grew into this big ass tree that everyone could see. And that's the stage that it's at right now. Whatever. And then it's like, once someone realized that, oh, this situation is out of my control, it has already grown beyond a point of being masked. And by that point, it was too late, because onlookers who existed or coexisted within this same time space, they already saw it when it was sprouting. And now that it has become an actual plant, okay, it's already done. And once someone realized, oh shit, this issue has become a plant. Okay, this has already been seen by other people. Other people have witnessed this grow. I can't hide this anymore. And it's even to the point where someone built a fence around this plant in hopes that, okay, well, it'll just die out. It'll just die down in attempts to kill the plant and stuff like that. But the roots had grown so strong with this plant or with this issue that there was no killing it off. There was no hiding it behind this fence. Why? Because that plant eventually grew as a tree. The neighbors see the tree. Okay, the people walking down the damn sidewalk see the tree. The people you invite into your house see the damn tree. Okay, the people that you have relationships with and you are around them, they see the tree. People who are visiting from out of town see the tree. Everybody can see the tree now. Everybody can see the different fruits and things that are on this tree. But it also, people also are questioning, why are all these fruits dead? So we have this big, beautiful tree, but everything that it bears is dead. So it's like, what really is this? You see what I'm saying? This isn't a tree that you can pick fruit from and actually enjoy. Everything on this tree has rotted, and people are trying to understand, like the onlookers, again, they're trying to understand, okay, you've grown this big tree, okay, i.e. the issue has grown so big, you've grown this, but everything that we pick apart, everything that we take from this, it doesn't have any integrity. It doesn't have any substance, okay? There is nothing here other than rotting fruits. Again, you have to get to the root of whatever wherever this tree is. This is not a tree that you're just gonna be able to chop off and throw away. No, that's not this type of tree. This type of tree, you have to uproot it. So whatever this conflict or issue is, you have to go down to the root of the issue and address it and pull it up from its roots, in order for it to no longer exist. But see, when it comes down to people who create conflict and chaos and drama and things like that, and it has grown, okay, these are the type of people that like to take the easy way out. So once the conflict and the drama has become so big to the point where it can no longer be tamed or masked, these are the type of people that want to get out of it quickly, that want to take the easy way out. But this isn't that type of situation. It's like, no, because any and everyone who exists or coexists within this world or in this network, okay, within this energy, okay, because now it has become one energy because of all the connections and ties that have infiltrated this energy or characterized or taken on the personality of this energy, right? It has become an actual spirit. This is how shit goes from nothing to something. I literally just walked y'all through it. So in this instance, okay, this is an issue that just can't, the energy has already been characterized. It has already taken on and assumed the role of a personality, which has now become an actual spirit that has consumed everyone within this energetic body. And it's going to keep going around and around and around and around and around and around. And there are people who are trying to jump outside of this bubble that has been created. But the energy has become so dense to the point where there is a film around this bubble that is impenetrable. You can't just step outside of it, or you can't just remove yourself out of it. You have to be at a certain energy, at a certain frequency, at a certain level that takes work. And it starts in the psyche. That's why it's important for whomever this is that's in this situation, okay, really do the work, so that you aren't projecting all of this chaos energy and then running and trying to hide away when the situation becomes big. Because it's fun for people who thrive in chaos. It's fun when you are on the outside picking at someone who's in this perceived bubble. It's fun when you're on the outside gossiping about someone. It's cool, you don't. Some people don't think twice about it, but it's all fun and games when you're on the outside. But when that energy comes and spin the block on you, i.e. this situation, right? Let's do the husband and wife again. All right. So what happens when someone that knows this feminine energy or knows this masculine energy, okay, but whoever was spreading this gossip or spreading this storyline about this husband and wife, they didn't know that this person knew who these people were. and that they were really, really close. What happens when that person goes back to the husband or wife and was like, yeah, so X, Y, and Z said da 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 da. See, it ain't fun and games no more. And that's when people throw up their hands. Oh, well, we just talking about what we heard. Well, why the fuck are you even talking about what you heard when it has nothing to do with you? Why are you spreading rumors and gossip about a situation that you aren't even in? You are an extension, a long extension of this husband and wife. But yeah, you're talking about it. Okay. So what happens then? The husband or the wife or even both confronts this person like, yo, you said X, Y, and Z to this person. What's up with that? That ain't even how it happened. And again, by the time the story gets to the 20th person and it starts to circulate and spin the block, and it comes back to that husband and wife, they're like, well, damn, that ain't even how that shit went down. That's not even how it worked. Hold on. We got a whole different storyline going on now. And now we got to clear it up to the 19 people that came before you. So who did you hear this from? And now if you have to backtrack, you have to go back. And once it finally gets back to certain sources, okay, and you start to pick it apart and you're like, well, wait, that didn't happen that way, da 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 da. And they're like, oh, well, no, we heard. That's how we heard it, though. This got to be the truth, though. And now this husband and wife is stuck in a situation where they're like, well, damn, the truth has been tainted and tarnished so much that the people who have heard the story from other people's perceptions and feelings, they don't even believe us, or we can't even process our own shit because it has grown so big. And now what happens? Something so innocent, just, a husband and a wife talking, and a wife going to talk to her friend. It had blown up so big to the point where now this husband and wife is bickering or arguing, or there's some sort of disharmony. And 9 times out of 10, guess what happened? Okay, during that period of time where this gossip was traveling around this network, this husband and wife may have come together and dissolve the problem, have found a solution to the problem. But then let's say a few months later, it comes spinning the block towards them, and they're just like, well, wait, we didn't already clear this up. And guess what? Someone outside of your relationship dynamic, okay, has created conflict in a storyline, in a narrative about your marriage, okay, that you now have to clean up. So now, not only you just got over one hump, you just got over one issue, and now you created 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 other issues just by sharing something in that safe space of you assuming that you could trust a friend. And your friend may not even have ill intentions. Now, there are some people who have ill intentions when they are spreading gossip, but some people are just innocently speaking to their partner or their friend or something like that. But we have to be mindful of that shit because it can create a bigger issue than what it is originally. It can mask the truth. And a lot of people who do have hidden intentions, a lot of your hidden enemies, they know this. So they don't mind curating a narrative or changing and switching up a storyline to meet their inner chaos, which is essentially people who are just projecting what all they have experienced, what all they do, what all they invest into onto someone else in hopes to transfer that energy. Because people like this, your enemies, or people who try to become important in your life and want to be important in your life and insert themselves into your life, they want your attention. And they want people to perceive them in the same light that they see you in, right? But then when the attention switches, or when things get revealed and placed in the spotlight, oh, they don't want attention no more. They want to go in hiding now. They don't want to take accountability. They want to still point the finger. But you wanted attention, though. So why are you surprised that the same energy that you gifted out is the same attention that's returning to you tenfold? Why be shocked? Why throw up the hands? Why, oh no, woe is me. That wasn't my, it was though. All right. So let's go back to the original reading, okay? Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and I'm going to come back with a part 3.